Through it, and then at the end, if you have any questions, we'll go over it. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Ready?
Let's do it.
Gonna delete some of your photos.
Yeah, then we can get some space going.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to begin my ink. It takes about 7 or 8 minutes. So I'm going to start with my seatbelt. It's properly mounted secure, not ripped or torn. It latches, unlatches, and relatches. I have a fire extinguisher, minimum 10 BC, fully charged, pin in place, up-to-date safety inspection sticker, and it's properly mounted in its bracket. I have 3 red reflective triangles that stand on their own and are not damaged, and I have a spare fuse for each circuit in my truck unless it is circuit breaker equipped. I will now do a safe start. Make sure my brakes are applied, vehicle's in neutral, my splitter is down. I'll turn the key to auxiliary. My ABS light came on and went off to show that it is working properly. Put my foot on the clutch, start the truck. Take my foot off the clutch. I still have a brake light on because my brakes are applied. My gauges. My oil gauge idles from 5 to 20 psi and operates 35 to 75 psi. It is currently at 62 psi. My water temperature gauge operates from 180 to 210 degrees. It is currently at 100 degrees. My voltmeter operates from 12 to 14.5 volts. It is currently at 14 volts. My primary and secondary air gauges operate from 120 to 140 psi. The governor kicks in at or below 100 psi and kicks out from 120 to 140 psi. And the safety release valve opens at 150 psi to release excess pressure to protect the system. My windshield is properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken. If it did have a crack, it can't be longer than 1 inch and impede the driver's view. My rubber seal is soft and pliable, does not leak any moisture, and I have no illegal stickers, but I do have an updated safety inspection sticker. My windshield wiper is properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken. It's soft and pliable and tight against the windshield, and the fluid works properly. My mirrors are properly mounted secure, not cracked or broken. They are adjustable to the driver's side. I'll do my vents. Got proper airflow to my defrost. Proper airflow to my feet. Proper airflow to my face. My city horn works properly. My air horn works properly. My lights. 1 click turns on all my lights except my low beams. 2nd click turns on my low beams. They should be working. Right turn signal's working. Left turn signal. High beams. My 4-way flashes are all working. I will shut off my lights. Okay, now I'm going to do my tractor trailer tug test. For this, I have to make sure I have enough air, which I do. Vehicle in low gear. I'm going to test my tractor, so I'll push in my trailer. Release on the clutch so I feel a tug. There's my tug. Push back down. Reapply to my trailer. Vehicle back in neutral, foot off the clutch. This test was successful because the tractor brake held the vehicle in place. Now I'm going to do my trailer brake. Foot on the clutch, vehicle in low gear, testing my trailer. So I'll push in my tractor. Foot up on the clutch till I feel a tug. There it is. Push back down. Reapply the brake, vehicle back in neutral, foot off the clutch. This test was successful because my trailer brake held the vehicle in place. Now I'm going to do my service combination test. For this test, I got to make sure I have enough air, which I do. Foot on the clutch, vehicle in low gear, right foot over the brake pedal, and then I'm going to move forward, releasing both of my brakes. I'm going to move forward 10 to 15 feet. Okay, foot back on the clutch, stop with the brake, reapply both of my brakes. Vehicle back in neutral, foot off the clutch and brake. This test was successful because my vehicle stopped in a straight line. If it had pulled to the left or right, it could be one of 5 reasons. Cargo shift, lower flat tire, uneven surface, brakes out of adjustment, or suspension issues. Now I'm going to do my applied pressure setup. I have to make sure I have enough air, which I do. Vehicle in low gear. I will shut the truck off, turn it back to auxiliary. Watch my gauges sweep, foot off the clutch, release both of my brakes. While I'm waiting for my air to stabilize, that ends my applied pressure setup. Now I'm going to do my applied pressure test. For this test, I cannot lose more than 4 psi in 60 seconds in a combination vehicle, more than 3 psi in 60 seconds in a single vehicle. After my initial air loss, I will count to 60. So I'll put my foot on the brake. Here's my initial air loss. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Foot off the brake. This test was successful because I did not lose more than 4 psi. I'm going to do my warning light and buzzer test. For this test, my warning light and buzzer comes on at or above 60 psi. Now I will fan down, wait for the buzzer to come on. There's the buzzer. My primary is at 62 psi, my secondary is at about 64 psi. So this test was successful because it came on in proper range. Now I'm going to do my pop-out test. My trailer pops out first between 45 and 20 psi, and the tractor pops out second between 40 and 20 psi. The trailer pops out first to prevent a possible jackknife. I will now fan down. And I'm watching my knobs. Okay, they both popped out. My primary is at 20 psi, my secondary is at 25 psi. So this test was successful because they popped out in proper range. Now I have to do my recovery test. For this, I'll put my foot on the clutch, put it in neutral, start the truck. Take my foot off the clutch, apply my foot to the fuel pedal until it gets to 1,000 RPM. So within 3 to 3.5 minutes, I should build to 80 psi, and from 80 to 100 psi, it should take no more than 45 seconds. My governor kicks in at 100 psi, kicks out from 120 to 140, and the safety release valve opens at 150 to release excess air to protect the system. So right now, you would wait for the air tanks to fill. You will hear a psh. So psh. Take my foot off the accelerator, shut the truck off, make sure I have no power to the truck. Check my windows. That completes my in-cab. Cut.